There is a version of you that plays on the training ground. That version is sharp. That version demands the ball. That version takes risks, shoots from distance, and skills past defenders without a second thought. Your teammates know that player. Your coach knows that player. Then, there is the version of you that steps onto the pitch on match day. That version is a ghost. Your legs feel heavy, almost like they are vibrating. Your mouth is dry. When the ball comes to you, your first thought isn't how do I hurt them? It is don't mess this up. You pass backward. You hide in the shadows of the game. You finish the match with a clean kit and a heavy heart, knowing you played at 40% of your potential. This is the training ground paradox, and it is the single biggest killer of football careers. It is the reason talent gets released and hard workers stay on the bench. You think you have a confidence issue. You think you are mentally weak. Stop telling yourself that story. You are not weak. You are experiencing a biological malfunction. Your nervous system is perceiving the football match as a life or death threat, and it is shutting down your higher brain functions to keep you safe. You are not playing bad because you lack skill. You are playing bad because you are chemically hijacked. Today, we are going to perform a neurosurgical intervention on your mindset. We are going to deconstruct the amygdala hijack. I am going to teach you how to manually override your cortisol levels using the vagus nerve, how to create an alter ego like Jude Bellingham, and the specific training protocols that inoculate you against fear. Give me 8 minutes. We aren't just going to motivate you. We are going to rewrite your operating system so you never play scared again. And specific training protocols that inoculate you against fear. Give me 8 minutes. We aren't just going to motivate you. We are going to rewrite your operating system so you never play scared again. First, the science of the freeze. Why do you panic? Inside your brain, there is an ancient alarm system called the amygdala. Its job is to scan for danger. When you step onto the pitch and see the crowd, the opponent, and the pressure, your amygdala misinterprets this social pressure as physical danger. It pulls the fire alarm. It floods your system with cortisol and adrenaline. Now here is the problem. High levels of cortisol shut down the prefrontal cortex. This is the part of your brain responsible for creativity, pattern recognition, and complex decision-making. Essentially, your football IQ gets turned off. You physically cannot see the through ball. You physically cannot execute the skill. Your brain has switched into fight, flight, or freeze. This is why you get tunnel vision. Your peripheral sight narrows to focus on the threat, the ball, or the defender, making you blind to the rest of the field. You aren't bad at football. You are just in survival mode. The elite players Messi, Bellingham, Rodri, they do not have this response. Their brain interprets pressure as high-stakes fun, not high-stakes danger. This keeps their prefrontal cortex online. They stay creative while you stay rigid. So how do we flip the switch? We need to hack the system from the outside in. This brings us to Protocol 1, the vagus nerve reset, physiological control. You cannot think your way out of anxiety. You can't just tell yourself, be calm. Your body screams louder than your thoughts. You have to use biometrics to send a safety signal to the brain. The vagus nerve connects your brain to your heart and lungs. It is the brake pedal for your anxiety. When you feel that pre-game jitter, the fast heartbeat, the shallow breathing, most of you try to ignore it. That is a mistake. You need to confront it with the physiological sigh. The technique: take 2 sharp inhales through the nose, 1 long, 1 short to pop the air sacs, followed by a long, extended exhale through the mouth. This creates a pressure differential in the lungs that physically forces the heart rate to slow down. It creates an immediate chemical clearing of carbon dioxide. Do this 5 times during the warm-up. Do this 5 times right before kickoff. You are manually forcing your body from sympathetic, panic to parasympathetic flow. But there is a second layer to this physiological stress: nutrition. A lot of your anxiety isn't mental, it's glycemic. If you eat a high-sugar pre-match meal, your blood sugar crashes right before kickoff. A sugar crash releases adrenaline and cortisol, mimicking the feeling of a panic attack. You might feel anxious, but you are actually just hypoglycemic. This is a massive topic on its own. I recently audited the nutrition habits of most amateur players, and it is a disaster. You are fueling yourself for anxiety. Because this is so critical, I extracted the entire nutrition and recovery protocol from my paid program and created a specific matchday cheat sheet. It tells you exactly what to eat to keep your nervous system stable and your energy high. I made it free. It is linked in the description. Download that after the video. Fixing your blood sugar is the easiest way to delete 50% of your anxiety instantly. Now let's move to the psychological weapon. Protocol 2, the identity dissociation, the alter ego. Why does Jude Bellingham look so arrogant on the pitch? Why does Ronaldo stand with his chest out? It isn't just confidence. It is a performance mechanism. They are separating the person from the performer. When you play as yourself, you are protecting your ego. You are worried about what your friends think, what your dad thinks, what the coach thinks. The weight of your identity is heavy. Elite players create an avatar. Beyoncé had Sasha Fierce. Kobe Bryant had the Black Mamba. On the pitch, you are not John from high school. You are a cold, ruthless, efficient machine. Machines don't have emotions. Machines don't feel embarrassment. Machines just execute the code. The actionable step. Create a trigger. It could be pulling your socks up over your knees. It could be tapping the crossbar. It could be wrist tape. When you perform that action, you leave you on the sideline. You step into the alter ego. This sounds crazy until you try it. By detaching your self-worth from the game, you liberate your brain to take risks. If the alter ego misses a shot, who cares? He will just try again. He has no memory of failure. Stop trying to protect your feelings. Leave your feelings in the locker room. This leads us to the training ground. Protocol 3, the exposure inoculation. Most of you have anxiety in games because you have zero anxiety in training. You train in comfort. You joke with your friends. You take 10 touches. Nobody tackles you. Then Sunday comes, and suddenly there is noise, violence, and consequences. Your brain goes into shock because it is not inoculated to the stress. You are training for a tea party and getting thrown into a war. You must build pressure scenarios into your week. Confidence comes from competence, and competence comes from evidence. If you know you can score when your lungs are burning and you are dizzy, you won't panic in the match. But you have never tested yourself, so you doubt yourself. The drill, the penalty pulse. In phase 3 of my 12-week blueprint, we utilize consequence-based training. Here is how you do it alone. Sprint 50 yards at max speed. Immediately pick up a ball and dribble a tight slalom. Shoot at a specific target, top bin. The rule. If you miss the target, you do 10 burpees immediately. No rest. This introduces a chemical spike of fear. I don't want to do burpees. That tiny fear mimics the match day pressure. You have to learn to calm your breath and execute technique while your heart rate is 180 BPM and your brain is screaming. If you do this 50 times in a month, by the time the match comes, your brain recognizes the pattern. Oh, I've been here before. I know how to score when I'm tired. Evidence kills fear. The reason you are scared is that you are unprepared. You think you are prepared because you went to practice. But you didn't practice pressure. Elite preparation is not just physical. It is environmental. We talk about the OTA loop. Observe, orient, decide, act in the ebook. The OTA loop gets faster when the brain is calm. When you combine physical dominance, phase 1 and 2 of the blueprint, with exposure training, anxiety transforms into excitement. You stop hoping to survive the game and you start hoping the ball comes to you so you can kill the game. The problem for most of you is that your training schedule is random. Monday, chest day, useless. Tuesday, jogging, useless. Wednesday, random shooting. You have no structure to build this bulletproof confidence. Real confidence is knowing that your engine is bigger, your power is higher, and your skills are sharper than the guy standing next to you. That knowledge only comes from a system. I spent the last 2 weeks building the 12-week elite blueprint specifically to fix this preparation gap. I didn't just list exercises. I built a psychological and physical roadmap. Phase 1 builds the engine so you don't fatigue. Fatigue causes panic. Phase 2 builds the power so you can bully defenders. Weakness causes fear. Phase 3 builds the agility and chaos tolerance so you can dance through pressure. Imagine stepping onto the field, knowing you have completed a protocol that 99% of players are too lazy to do. Imagine knowing your V02 max is superior, knowing your first touch is automated by the 1000 rep system. That isn't arrogance. That is certified truth. That is where elite mentality comes from. It comes from the work you put in the dark. So here is your path forward. You can continue being the training ground player. You can stay nice. You can let your amygdala drive the car while you sit in the passenger seat terrified. Or you can take the wheel. Step 1. Fix your biology. Download the free nutrition cheat sheet in the bio. Stop the sugar crashes. Sleep deep. Fix the hardware. Step 2. Fix your preparation. Grab the 12-week blueprint. Commit to the gym phases. Commit to the chaos drills. Build the evidence that makes fear impossible. Football is a game played with the feet, but it is decided in the nervous system. The player who stays calm is the player who conquers. You don't need more talent. You just need to unlock the talent that is currently being suffocated by your own cortisol. Breathe. Dissociate. Execute. Get the blueprint. Go work.